Hello everyone, and welcome to the Questlog Club Game of the Year show. Everything has been realistically building to this. We haven't really been talking about it like that, but in the background, this was kind of always the plan. This is part 1 of Game of the Year, which is we're going to go through all our little side categories before Game of the Year, and then the actual proper Game of the Year show is going to release a little bit later. But first, before all of that, my name is Robin.
My name is Sammy.
I'm Deidra.
And we are here to take double steal. We are using the old Giant Bomb / the old Let's Fight a Boss Game of the Year format, where we just take all of our games and I think irreparably damage our friendship afterwards. Isn't that how that works?
I have nerves.
That's just how discussing games goes. Like, if you're not like walking away questioning the people you talk to, then you've done it horribly wrong.
I have nerves of steel. I will compromise on no choice, and I will win.
No, I think you were right the first time. I think you were right with I have nerves.
True. Oh.
Okay, so before Game of the Year, we have a few little small categories. Let's go over those briefly. We have Best Old Game. That's just a not new game this year that we played and want to show a little love to. We have the Best Log Game. Best Log Game is the best game we played for the Questlog Club. We have Best Early Access, Best New Character, Best Soundtrack, Best Cat, because, no, cats need some love too.
Yeah.
Best Furry Game, and Best Fishing. Because I asked these two to give me some more ideas, and this is the best I got.
I did my best, man. Fuck you. All right. You said to come up with categories, and I listen, I was playing web fishing, and I was like, damn, it would be really cool to just give that cat some awards, you know? Is that so wrong?
I gotta say, at least one of these is a cat-agory.
That you were correct, and the fact that it was not formatted like that is a negative point against Sam. You are correct.
Listen. I just come up with the idea. I do my best. Okay, it's hard out here.
All right, so let's take it from the bottom and work our way up. So let's start with Best Fishing. We have 4 nominees. Sam, would you like to read in our nominees for Best Fishing?
Our nominees in Best Fishing are Infinity Nikki, Metaphor Refantasio, Web Fishing, and Zenless Zone Zero.
So I can say we can cut Metaphor.
Yeah.
Actually, we're going to cut Zenless first and then Metaphor because I haven't played the fishing. I just know it's there.
Is it even... I've played a decent amount of Zenless, and I have not seen any fishing.
There's fishing in that game?
Fishing,
yeah, all I've
fishing,
seen are, like, feet in Devil May Cry combat. I don't know. Like,
Hey, you get that out of your mouth. Devil May Cry is nowhere near what Zenless is. if like, these are, like... 2 completely different conversations.
I think I could be wrong, and Zenless... I know Zenless is... I think it might be getting fishing. I might have just been desperate to try and find a game I played with fishing.
I should have put Dawn Trail on here. That has fishing, technically.
This was my thing about the categories. I was like, we don't need to fill them out. I made these if y'all had things to add to them. Really, I made some of these to just give one the award. I'm gonna be real because I'm a fraud. These are rigged. I just wanted web fishing to win.
Okay, so then Sam, this is your fight. Make a case of between
myself.
Infinity Nikki and web fishing. These are your children.
Okay, so Infinity Nikki, you get like a fishing outfit. You know, you can go, you can hang out. You know, you can fish. You can catch some fish. You know, it's cozy, it's nice, it's relaxing, right? It's a part of like a bigger experience. You know, because it's generally a fashion game. Fishing is just a small part of that, and you know, you can just catch fish to catch fish. I think it adds, like, you can use them for materials or something for clothes. I don't remember right now. It doesn't really matter. The point is, you know, yeah, fishing in Infinity Nikki is cool, but web fishing, you can like hang out with randoms, and you can wear your fucking I love piss hat, and and have like a dumb smug ass cat, and just like hang out. It's a real vibe game. You can chat with other people. It's a big, like, I'm just fishing kind of game. You know what I mean?
So between the fashion game with fishing, you can do a fishing game with fashion. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, but also you can talk to randoms, and it's funnier.
Okay. So are you picking web fishing for the best fishing?
Yes. Infinity Nikki was more like a, I don't know. I was like, I mean, I do think fishing is nice. I do like fishing in that game. It's cozy. It's nice. It adds to that game's like vibe and atmosphere of just kind of hanging out in this world. But web fishing is like, I spent like hours in web fishing just fucking hanging out. So
it sounds like it's web fishing.
Talked with randoms. I saw people like hitting on each other in that game. I didn't participate, but I saw it while I was just catching like a big fucking manta ray. That was cool. You know, people get up to weird conversations in web fishing. It's a fun time.
Well, congratulations to web fishing for the best fishing of 2024
this
from
category,
the Questlog Club.
This category was weighted.
Next category,
will say, I think it would be embarrassing if a game that literally had fishing in the name didn't win Best Fishing.
Yeah, like this. Well, okay.
Yeah,
see,
that's
a real competition. If like Sega Bass Fishing or some shit came out this year, then
we'd have a competition.
Then we'd have a real competition. You know,
Sega didn't show up.
It's true. They did. That's not on their list of remakes yet.
We'll
next
throw
we have
Ryugago Tokustodio on it, probably.
All right, and then for our next category, we have the best furry game. Deidra, can you read these in for me? I will say one of these technically didn't come out this year, but it's fine. Whatever.
Why me? That feels like an accusation.
Wait, which one?
It's not. It's really Atlas did not come out this year. Atlas is in pre-release.
True.
Oh shit! No, you're right.
Okay. We by our rules, it is an early access game.
Yeah, I mean you could just cut it then if that's the case because that was my bad. I legitimately I blanked on.
It's
that
okay.
That one.
It's not. The furry is not an accusation. I was just trying to go in order.
Viewer,
and you were the next order.
Viewer, if you want somebody to judge, I made the category because again, I wanted web fishing to win.
Web fishing, sweet.
And our next category, best furry game, not an accusation. It's just the order of this show. Deidra, can you please read in our nominees?
Sorry, real fast. If you want to make fun of anybody, make fun of me because I made the category.
Our nominees are Go Mecha Ball, On Your Tail, Rental, and Web Fishing.
So for these, I'm going to say we can cut Go Mecha Ball first because it's not really a furry game, but like the character designs. Here, I'll have either of you two seen this game?
No. I don't even know what this is. I gotta be honest.
So it's not, but like it's not furry. But you look at the art, and this person has done some furry art in their time. Like
it's furry adjacent.
It's adjacent. Like, look at this main character.
I
This person has done some anthro art in their life.
That's furry, right? Isn't that like a fox or something? What is that?
It's not. I mean, the other character is kind of like a plant bug person.
That's anthropomorphic. Yeah, that's. I see what you mean. Okay, no, I get what you're saying.
They're kind of more like aliens more than anything that actually resembles an animal.
Yeah, they're furries they're aliens in a furry-ish mold. I get you.
Yeah. So I will say we can cut Go Mecha Ball just because it is a tangential relationship, with which leaves us with On Your Tail, Rental, and Web Fishing. What is On Your Tail? I'm unfamiliar with this game.
So, I didn't play it, but
oh god damn it!
I reached for it. I was like,
okay. So you're right. It is getting cut. Thank you. Thank you. You made that very easy.
Listen, if we don't have a little bit of chaos in these categories, okay, if we don't have some curveballs. Is it really a Game of the Year show? You know.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, Rental is a really neat little horror game. It's like if you moved into an Animal Crossing house and it was haunted, and you play as a little bunny rabbit with your bunny rabbit family.
It's no web fishing though.
I gotta agree with that. It's no web fishing.
Okay, sure, why not? Rental can get it.
Diplomacy wins!
I feel like Atlas. I would feel like Atlas should win this, but it is unfortunately disqualified.
Legitimately, yeah. If it would genuinely be a thing where I would actually fight for Atlas more so, but because it's technically because it's early access.
Next year, when this category makes a triumphant return,
if it even comes out next year.
We'll see.
Whenever the year it comes out, it is.
The year
it
comes
primed.
out.
True.
It is primed for let's be honest here, the most prestigious Game of the Year show. You know.
Yeah.
And keeping on with the most prestigious Game of the Year show, we have our next category, Best Cat. Sam, can you read us in the nominees of Best Cat?
The nominees for Best Cat are Cat from Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess, Momo from Infinity Nikki, Salt from Tekken 8, and the Web Fishing Cat from Web Fishing.
So I will opt to cut the cat from Kunitsugami first, only because it is not a singular cat. There are quite a few cats, and if you pet one of them, others will appear. And they're very cute and fun, but there is not a singular cat. There is a collection of cats. So it's kind of not fair to compare the singular cat to many.
It could be, a cat. What is a cat? But like a collection of cats,
I'll tell you what a cat isn't. A little fucker that wears a hat and goes fishing.
Fuck you! No, eat shit! Cat. You are not cutting the fucking web fishing cat. Are you insane? Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah.
What do you mean it's a little fucker?
I have owned many cats and none of them have done that. That's not a very good cat.
Fuck eat shit. No way.
I feel like you've had the wrong cats. I'm gonna be real.
Oh, no way. Are you we are not cutting the web fishing cat. Are you fucking insane? Are you losing your goddamn mind? You're tripping with power. You've been cutting so many. You're fucking. Oh, now you want to cut the web fishing cat? What's going on?
Her name is Salt, and she only
give a fuck.
when Lily wins.
I think we should cut Salt. Because Lily is the devil, and I hate her.
Well, that's not my reasoning, but we should cut Salt.
Yes, but also, Salt only appears when you lose to Lily.
Exactly.
That's worse.
And you have to look, and you have to feel
So
Yeah,
you're
no.
telling me you want to give best cat to a cat that you get when you lose, so you end up
No.
hating the cat if you keep losing to Lily. Hell no. Cut
No,
that cat.
That's a good cat.
We should,
That's a good cat.
We should cut it. We should cut. I will say.
Okay, hold on. I'm hearing no strong feelings about Momo.
Yeah, so Momo is funny, you know, he's a little cat, little cat friend, you know, loves barbecue.
Oh, he really likes
But
barbecue. That's good. I like
Really
that.
loves barbecue. Constantly talks about barbecue. Really just wants to be at home grilling. And you know what? I get it. I understand. But you know, he's a companion. You know, he's the Paimon of the game. You know,
You almost had me.
He's your photo mode. Well, he's not as annoying as Paimon.
Okay.
He's not as annoying. At least to me. I don't know. Like, generally during gameplay, I'm never sitting there like, damn, shut the fuck up, Momo. Like, I'm like, okay, Momo, yeah, fuck it up.
He's got a good smug little cat face.
Yeah, he's a smug little bastard. I love him. I think he's great, but he's not the web fishing cat. You know, it's a different league. But I do love Momo. I'll always love you, Momo. You'll win something. I promise you'll win something one day.
Okay, so that leaves Salt and the web fishing cat.
Come on.
Which
No.
I stand by. I think Salt's a really good. Like, have you actually looked at Salt recently?
I mean, it's cute.
I mean,
But
it's a cute cat, but like it's not the web fishing
I
cat,
appreciate the bit as well where Salt regularly looks like they're trying to escape Lily's grasp. I think that's a funny bit.
though. That is pretty
And
Yeah.
also furthers my assertion that she is the devil. But you know what Salt is not? It's not the web fishing cat.
Yeah. The web fishing cat is so great. You know, you're just hanging out. The web fishing cat ultimately it really captures the essence of the cat. Cats just, you know, some cats, yes, they're petty. Yes, they can be little divas, you know. Cats just want to vibe.
You know what cats also love? They love fish. If they could
They
hold a
love
fishing rod,
fish.
they probably would.
They'd be fishing all the time.
All the time.
They'd be wearing that fucking hat that says like, "Oh, fish fear me," or you know, "Women fear me," "Everybody fears me," "Fish fear me." I love fish. Whatever that hat says.
They'd
whatever.
wear the MILF shirt.
Yep. Yep.
I mean,
Okay, fine. If we have so many other categories to get through, and God knows how long Game of the Year is going to take.
Web fishing.
The web fishing
sweep.
cat can sweep.
hashtag
Fine.
web fishing sweep.
The plan is in motion. Web fishers.
So onward and upward. This one is much more appropriate for you, my dear friend Deidra.
It is.
Can you read off best soundtrack nominees for us?
The nominees for Best Soundtrack: Balatro, Felvedek, Metaphor Refantasio, Mouthwashing, Rabbit and Steel, and Slitterhead.
Thank you so much. This is a tough one. I don't have like an easy cut on myself on this. My first instinct is I really like Balatro's music, but I feel like there's
Isn't
a
it like
lot
one-
less of it.
Yeah,
It's
isn't
one
there
song.
Like, yeah, isn't it like one song?
It's one. So
I'm not
But
saying.
it's
I'm not
really
saying.
good.
I'm not saying
It's
it
a
can't be.
really good
Yeah,
song.
I'm not
It's
saying
a
it can't be
real-
a
it-
good song. I'm just saying like,
Look,
but like
look.
Slitterhead though, you know,
quality
like,
over quantity. You know what I'm saying? I love Balatro's song. I love that it changes instrumentation based on what's going on in the game. I'm an absolute sucker for things like that. I have games on this list that I would place higher than it.
Okay. Okay. So Balatro, first one out. What's up with Mouthwashing's music? I that is not something I hear brought up with that game, and that's not saying that it's bad, but what's up with it?
Mouthwashing's music is. I'm trying to think of a good way to put it into words. It's like. It's very good at capturing the melancholic dread of the entire situation and like the escalation into slow insanity that is that game's like slow burn, right?
Mm-hmm.
It mixes in like fucking like kind of Silent Hill industrial type shit, some like melancholic songs mixed with like it'll throw in like baby noises and like like it's the basically like I love the soundtrack because of the way it builds the game's atmosphere really well. I think it does a really good job at building the atmosphere, adding to the horror within the game itself. And there's some songs on that soundtrack that are just fucking like it's hard to go back and listen to them in the sense of that they're fucking uncomfortable. Like some of those songs are real good at just making you feel fucking squirm, in my opinion. Like,
okay,
god damn.
Okay. Deidra, can you tell me about Rabbit and Steel?
It's just a good ass. Okay, look, there's I forget the zone name. But there's a zone that's just got this like upbeat, chill song, and then when you fight a boss, the lyrics come in, and every time I hear it, it's stuck in my head for a week.
Okay, that's all. I have mine. That's like my easier of the two, but I already have my argument in the backup, which is. Have you listened to the Metaphor battle theme?
I have.
Let me
Okay.
listen to it.
It's
for
okay.
Me, I love the vocals. The vocals, the way it builds up, it's so good.
For me, personally, I'll listen to it again because I have not played Metaphor. The big thing I know about the battle theme is that apparently all of the music in the game is playing in the main character's head, and I think
Correct.
that's
it is
very funny.
Quasi-diegetic. Yes.
That is really good. That is genuinely a really good choice. However,
look if anything's gonna go, I love Metaphor's music, but I have the least to fight for on it. Like of my two things on here, Metaphor is not going to be the one I'm going to go to bat for more.
Yeah, like
I do think it's cool. And so Metaphor's soundtrack, it's done by I'm blanking on their name, but it's the same composer as the Persona games, right?
Yeah,
yes.
Shoji Meguro.
Yes.
I love his work. And I probably would have more attachment to it had I actually played Metaphor. But
That's kind of the same for me. It's a thing where like because I've listened to some of the tracks and it's it's good. It's not Persona 3 though.
You're so right.
Okay. No, we can cut it. It's
I'm also looking on here.
We don't have the passion for it. It's okay.
And I'm seeing another RPG that I also didn't play, but I really liked the soundtrack of.
But it's really good. it's so good.
So it's really interesting, I think, that Metaphor's soundtrack is diegetic. Because Felvedek's soundtrack is, as near as I can tell, completely non-diegetic.
It is the most ill-fitting music that makes the game complete.
And yet it fits that game so well. Like
yes.
Tonally, like time period wise, tonally, complete mismatch. But vibe wise,
it is perfect.
It nails it.
That,
and I
when
think
it hits, when the main menu theme hit, just when I started it, I was like, oh, this is...
I want to play this game just because I've listened to the main battle theme, and it's such a bop. It's such a bop.
I actually have not listened to this music. Give me a second.
Oh wait, don't send the. Sorry, I just sent you a version of it. Don't listen to that. It sounds really weird.
it's too late. No, I'm kidding.
Like, it sounds weirdly tinny for some reason. Listen to the second one I sent you.
Okay.
Like, okay, because Sam, you've looked at this game.
Yeah.
This is the, like, you start it, this is the first thing you hear.
Okay. Give me just a... So
yeah, no, do your thing.
I do want to say one thing real quick. Here's the
Certainly.
mouthwashing main theme, because I should have thought to have that ready. I am willing to cut mouthwashing. I love the soundtrack, but I'm not like, it's not the one I'm gonna die on a hill for.
Okay.
I think mouthwashing. It's an incredibly effective horror soundtrack, and I think it does what it does.
I agree. It fits. I think it's a soundtrack that fits the game. It's not something I would listen to outside of the context of it much.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Fair point. Okay. So mouthwashing is gone next.
Okay. Let me listen to this.
Yeah. Check it out.
Okay.
And Sam, how much does that rip?
Yeah, that's cool.
Hang on. I need to link the combat theme.
Yes, the combat theme is a like kind of interpolation of that.
But it's so good. It's so good.
Let me see. Oh yeah, see that's good. That is good. That's the shit.
Which one? Emerald Lake.
The combat theme.
Oh,
I also do like the Rabbit and Steel theme. The Rabbit and Steel theme. Let me finish listening to this Velvedek one, the combat one, and then I'll listen to that more. Yeah. No, this is cool.
No, I'm also liking the music from Rabbit and Steel. I will say, Deidra, you are also going to fight for Velvedek. You are also...
Like, for me, personally, having played Rabbit and Steel and having not played Velvedek, I love the hell out of Velvedek's soundtrack. It's so good. I like Rabbit and Steel because I think technically it's really neat, and Emerald Lakeside is so much of an earworm. Man, Raubiri. Raubiri's a fucking tune, man.
I could see myself listening to Emerald Lakeside, like, a lot, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, the Velvedek. Am I saying this right? The Velvedek?
Yeah, Velvedek.
Yeah. The Velvedek soundtrack is pretty, it's cool. It's cool. It's got vibes, I love the guitars. I like the kind of like trying to think of like a good way to put it. It reminds this is going to sound like a fucking bizarre comparison. It reminds me in my mind, I don't know why I hear that and I think of Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. I don't know why. I know that probably doesn't make like any fucking sense. But
I think what also gives Velvedek something of an edge is what I mentioned earlier, that like the fact that it's non-diegetic and yet fits so well, I think that's an accomplishment.
Oh no, 100%. And I'm glad that this like has gameplay with it.
And I will also say, this game, like the game has no voice acting. It has some sound effects, and so this music is the game's audio personality. And if it doesn't,
that makes sense.
Work, it's so important that this just hits, and it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think it has the odds stacked against it. So. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's like, I know we brought up Persona 3's soundtrack earlier. Part of what makes that soundtrack work so well, in my opinion, is that it is ambitious. That it feels like it's trying things. It's weird. It's this odd fusion of J-rap and J-rock.
Yeah.
And the fact that it actually sticks the landing just makes it like stick out to me so much more.
Yeah. No, that makes sense, and I mean it's the same here, where it's like with Velvedek, it's very, it has a specific kind of like it's a fusion that you think would not work that well, especially given like the time period and the setting. But everything is so off, and then like the music is just so well integrated with everything. I'd imagine, I haven't played it, that like it just hits.
Yeah.
Is that a good way to?
Yes, and what I think Deidra and I are beating around the bush on saying is give us the argument for Slitterhead.
I have not heard Slitterhead's soundtrack. You're gonna need to sell me on it.
Okay.
Well, so first selling point, it's Akira Yamaoka.
Yes, first selling point right off the bat, it's Akira Yamaoka, but I want to say a specific thing about Akira Yamaoka that I genuinely believe. So Akira Yamaoka is the kind of composer where like he can do a lot of different kinds of shit in a lot of different ways, and some which like is really shown, I think, very well through the Silent Hill soundtracks, right? So like on the Silent Hill soundtracks, the first one, pretty industrial. That's like that game's vibe. It's industrial with a little bit of like melancholic like guitar and shit on it, some sampling work, right? 2 leans more into the melancholy aspect of it, and again, that industrial is still there. 3 is like an alt rock. It's kind of like an alt rock album mixed with some of that noise and industrial, but the alt rock is winning the fight, and it creates this really.
Is a video game that accompanies the end of Small Sanctuary. Correct.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. And so for me, it's like, and then 4. I love 4's soundtrack. I don't know how I'd place the identity of it right now. I'd need to like kind of listen to it again, to be honest with you. But 4 also has a distinct identity. I think it's a soundtrack where like the music is very, very good, but I feel like the game accompanies the music more and it enhances it, which I mean is true of 3. But like I have listened to 3's soundtrack multiple times, like by itself, and it tells like its own story and shit. But anyway, the point I'm making about Akira Yamaoka's music is that like when he's operating in that kind of mode where like he's experimenting, he's doing like a lot of weird shit, when he's making an album that has like a specific kind of vibe and theme to it, it tends to come out fucking stellar. It tends to be like one of my favorite fucking things. So his work the past couple years, like he scored Silent Hill: The Short Message. It's not a bad soundtrack, but it doesn't really. I don't think it stands out enough in its own special way. That's my.
No,
like,
I
that's
think
my.
It's too heavy on the industrial for what I like from Akira Yamaoka personally.
Same.
Yeah.
So for Slitterhead, when I fucking heard this opening theme, I knew we were fucking back, baby. I knew we were back. Even I listened to the Silent Hill 2 remake music because I was like, okay, out of everything with that game, the music's probably going to be fire. And it's not bad. It's just he's done it before, and it's a remake soundtrack. It's inherently going to just be less interesting than something new. It just is. And so for Slitterhead, hearing this kind of like these synthy kind of beats, the Chinese vocals, because the game takes place in China. Fucking like I'm listening to it right now. It builds an atmosphere. It sets a tone fucking immediately. I love that there's a part. Where is it? It's I think 1.
And it is something that is different from Silent Hill. Like this is not just he's doing a different thing in horror.
No, and that's my whole thing too. It's not him just going like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna do like a Silent Hill type soundtrack again. No, he very clearly distinguishes this. This is a soundtrack filled with like some fucking sick ass rock tunes. It's filled with like some trip hop beats. There's fucking hold on, I want to pull up. I should have had these like ready while you guys were talking about Velvedek, but I was also kind of captured by Velvedek and just the and the conversation of it, genuinely, that like I didn't yet, but just give me a moment. I mean shit, like I love this menu theme. it reminds me in ways of Siren, but it feels kind of like it distinguishes itself a bit from like what Siren's menu themes would be. It feels like there's a little bit more of a melody to this, and I think that's really cool. Give me a quick moment. He's busting out the fucking violins and that fucking sad ass piano for Dance Around the Dead. He's busting out the fucking. I'd say Was That a Dream is one of the more like Silent Hill 3-esque tracks, or maybe not 3, the most Silent Hill 1-esque tracks I've heard from him in a minute.
I hear that.
Like it's got kind of that like the little beat, the guitar.
Okay, I think you've made your point.
Wait. Just two more. More.
Hold on. I think you've made your point.
Okay.
Deidra, I'm at an impasse. I will default to you. I will default to you.
I mean, this is admittedly like I have really heavy bias here. What you've shown,
because I could really go either way, but because I can tell you I have listened to Velvedek soundtrack, but that's because I played Velvedek and I loved its music from playing the game. I haven't played Slitterhead. I could see myself listening to this.
I haven't played
Sam
either of
is
these.
locked in.
Yes.
Yeah,
But sorry, what was that?
I haven't played either of these. So
Yes.
and yeah, the kind of lame thing is I'm an extremely biased individual.
That is fair. I mean, everybody is, you know.
Everybody is. I think Slitterhead's soundtrack is impressive. It also feels like a soundtrack. And again, it's just something about Velvedek's prog album-esque approach is just so cool to me.
Okay.
I can't really ignore that for myself.
Okay.
Yeah, that's totally fair. For me, it's like when I listen to a soundtrack, like I've talked about this before in like videos and shit, but like for me, a big thing is like if an artist can have versatility and can have good variety that fits with what they're doing, like not just random shit to be random, but like
absolutely. And admittedly, like part of this is I don't think I've played a game that Yamaoka's composed for. I Silent Hill has missed me.
That's really not your repertoire.
Very fair.
I know he's a super respected composer, and I think he earns all of that. It just doesn't really, like, I don't know. I'm listening to these tunes and it's like, that fits. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean?
I want you to listen to this intermission track. This plays on the when you're like in between missions and you're like setting up all your shit. This track, I love this song because again, it's got a nice beat to it, you know, it's a nice little.
There's a lot of sort of just
drum.
There's a lot of these kind of lo-fi beats within the soundtrack that I think is genuinely kind of funny.
Yeah. No, so it's a thing where it's like it fits the game's like vibe though, because it's like it's this nighttime setting.
I don't doubt it.
It's like this nighttime city. It's very chill. It's very relaxed. It's cool. Like it's just, and then then it has kind of like a bit of a bite to it, because then like in this song, is it halfway through? Skip to 118.
Yeah, I'm listening to that right now.
Gets real weird with it.
It's weird.
Gets real fucking freaky with it.
I think it's good. And
somebody making dog noises is crazy.
I think within the context of the game, it's probably very fitting. But I don't know. I mean, Raviri's right there. You know?
Okay.
Wait,
we have so much more to talk.
No, I know. Wait. Sam? No. The last one. Just please. Please, just you gotta give me this, and then I promise you, I'm done. I swear.
Okay. Sam, keep in mind, you also have to fight for your best old game.
I know.
Like,
I know. That's why this is the last track, and I promise I'm finished. I'm done. I swear to God.
Okay.
So this track, for anyone listening at home, this is Velvet Trap.
Yes.
I like the drums.
Oh, it's such a sick ass beat.
This is
The
reminding
drums
me
are
a
great.
lot of a Silent Hill track. I'm forgetting which one.
This reminds me of, I think 3.
I'll see if I can find it. If I can find it and look it up, I will put it in the description somewhere. But it is reminding me of a certain song.
What am I thinking of? Silent Hill 3.
But I will say, I've given it to Falfadek for best soundtrack this year.
God, fuck, shit.
I'm sorry, just by
I'm sorry,
by
Slitterhead.
sheer-
I failed you.
by sheer votes, it's 2-1 right now.
But Slitterhead's so good. It's so
Sam?
good.
Tell me the nominees of best new character.
Okay. Best new character. Agent Mara Forrest from Coco. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Best new character. Agent Mara Forrest from Crow Country. Alicia.
Alethea.
Oh, okay. Alethea from Gestalt, Steam and Cinder. Iris from 1000 Resist. Jimmy from Mouthwashing. Liliana. Malcatrace. Oh, fuck. I put this one, and I always fuck the name up.
It's a weird name.
Malcatrace's Maiden. Or Reyna from Tekken 8.
Okay.
Not or, and Reyna from Tekken 8. Whatever.
Okay. She's cool. I say we get rid of Reyna first.
Oh, I was gonna say that like immediately because I was like, Reyna's cool, but because Reyna's the like Heihachi's daughter or whatever, right?
Yes. Purple.
Yeah,
purple
she is
hair
girl
lady.
Hachi.
They immediately fucking undercut like what they were doing. So like,
No, I agree. Look, you know why Reyna's there. You know who put Reyna.
I
on
know why Reyna's here. We can cut Reyna first.
there. Okay.
Sam, tell me about Jimmy. Tell me about this Jimmy guy.
he's a rat bastard. He's a
Jimmy-
motherfucker. I fucking
Jimmy
hate Jimmy,
fucking
and that's why I
sucks.
put him on. That's why I put him on the list because it takes. Okay, it's easy to make a character that like you don't like, right? Or to make a character that you don't that like this character sucks. I don't like this character. It is actually incredibly difficult to write a character that is nuanced that you fucking hate.
Genuinely,
Okay,
when I
okay.
was looking over this list, I saw Jimmy and I recoiled.
Yes,
Okay.
that is why I put Jimmy. He's a fucking Jimmy is genuinely one of my favorite characters of the year because
I 100% agree.
like if I could have put him and Curly, I would have put both of them genuinely. But Jimmy, because like the entire game is about guilt, right? And we'll get into it when we talk about like game of the year, right? But Jimmy is this like he's this childish, stupid, impulsive, absolute, just monstrous piece of shit. And the game builds up to your understanding of that, like in a way that's very effective. And Jimmy himself is so well characterized in being a selfish, manipulative piece of shit. He's not even manipulative. He's not even good at manipulation.
No,
He's
it's
just
just that-
he's just a
it's just that
bastard.
everyone else on the ship is like a decent person.
Yeah,
And he like
in
winds up
comparison.
abusing that almost accidentally.
Yeah, not even accidentally. It's like
I think Jimmy is a 100% piece of shit, awful character that is
Yes.
so easy to hate, and everything about him is believable.
yes,
And I
agreed.
think
Okay.
that is like a writing masterclass.
yes,
Okay.
absolutely 100% agreed.
Then tell me about Liliana.
Okay, so Liliana is, because I know neither of you played this, But so Malcatrace's Maiden, basically the gist, to give like some basic context, is a game where this woman named Lady Francesca adopts all of basically picks up kids off the street and then has them be like her maids in her house. And the reveal as it goes on is that like there's a lot of like grooming going on. There's a lot of different like awful, horrible shit going on. These kids are being turned into combat doll, or essentially being turned into like into defenders of their lady, right? Mm-hmm. And it's extremely fucked up. And Liliana is a fantastic character because Liliana is somebody who has been in this since she was a small child. This is somebody who has been groomed by this fucking piece of shit for a long time, right? And because of that, her head's all fucked up. So she's constantly miserable. She's not really sure why, because like she wants something with the person who is essentially her, not even essentially, she's her adoptive mom, but also her boss. There's bad power dynamics going on all over here, along with just, again, she was groomed. Everybody in the house was fucking groomed, right? And so Liliana was I personally really fuck with Liliana as a character because like she is this imperfect person. She is a person trying to understand the manipulation going on around her, why she's in the situation that she's in, and the conclusions that she comes to are fucked up because she, again, leaving manipulation, leaving abuse is hard. It's not easy when like, especially when like things are just laid on you, in the sense of like people, I'm trying to think of a good way to put it. When things happen to you, right? When you are a victim of abuse, it is difficult to grasp exactly what has happened to you. And when people lay that on you and you believe that the person that is abusing you is there for you, right? It's hard to see past that. And Liliana, the way Liliana's written in regards to that, in my opinion, is like perfect. Like just somebody trying to figure it out, doesn't understand, is trying to find some way out, but doesn't understand that that's even what she wants. Just completely lost in it, lost in the cult, lost in the wool. She's amazing. I love Liliana.
I'm cutting Agent Mara Forrest. I love Mara. I think Mara is great. I think genuinely great. in the landscape of survival horror protagonists, I think Mara stands on her own. Like I think she genuinely can stand up there with other, like in a genre known for great main characters, Mara can stand on her own. But hearing what I've heard so far, I don't think her story necessitates her going any further, as much as I love her.
Yeah, I agree. Because like out of everything in Crow Country, and we'll get to Crow Country, Mara was my favorite part of it. I love Mara. Mara's great. She's funny as fuck. She's like, I love where like the reveals with her go. But I do think that like, especially after playing the two games I played that are on this list. It's kind of hard to beat those for me. In fact, I don't even know which one I'm going to pick out of the both of them yet, to be completely honest. Okay.
Deidra, Alethea.
You can cut Alethea.
Tell me something. You can cut I can cut. Okay.
I think Alethea is cool as hell. She is an extremely me-coded character.
Yes, she's a character design. She is an outfit.
She's a cool outfit. She's got big red hair. She's got a big hat. She's like crass and drinks a lot. And she's got a sword and a gun, and she's cool. That's kind of it. I mean, I'm going to be real. I don't think I like Gestalt's story that much. I still need to finish it.
That's fair.
Sam, you can put up a good argument, but I think I'm gonna make you get rid of either Jimmy or Liliana before I get rid of Iris.
Oh, I would have to get rid of one. So the thing is, I know like Deidra hasn't played Malcatraz's Maiden,
Correct.
and so, but I know that I could, I could at least get Jimmy the win he deserves for best new piece of shit. Fuck him. You can cut. But it's a thing where I do want to fight for Liliana more because genuinely, like, but it's hard.
Here's the problem. I think Jimmy is one of the best written characters I've seen in a long time.
I agree. Liliana is also that for me, and it's more. And
giving Jimmy the title best new character makes me want to throw up.
I agree. Cut him.
Okay. Okay.
Like genuinely, he's perfectly written.
He is so hateable.
But you hate him too much. Okay. And then I will
rat bastard.
Oh, sorry, need to undo that.
It's all good.
And then so Jimmy can go third, and then I will let Iris go out at second. To get into why Iris is a great character is to recount 1,000 Resist to you, and I don't have the time to recount a 10-hour visual novel to you, so I'm not going to do that. So congratulations to Lily as our
everyone's favorite Planeswalker. Congratulations to
Liliana.
Magic the Gathering.
I'm going to be completely honest. I did not expect her to win. I'm really happy. Play Malcatraz's Maiden. It's very, very, very good if you can handle the subject matter. It's great.
Okay, Deidra, I also feel this is appropriate for you. Best early access. Can you read that in for me?
I did play a lot of the ones in this.
You did? I kind of have to just sit back. I have no dog in this fight. I played like Deadlock for like a night. I played Deadlock for like a night.
I booted Deadlock. I saw the menu.
I think I played
Atlas, though.
I played like the tutorial of Deadlock, I think.
I played Deadlock for like one night. I have no dog in this fight. But before we get into the conversation, Deidra, can you read the nominees for me?
The nominees for Best Early Access: Atlas, Deadlock, Hades 2, Path of Exile 2, Sulaco, and TCG Card Shop Simulator.
Cut Deadlock.
That was lovely.
Cut Deadlock.
We can cut Deadlock.
We can cut Deadlock.
Look, people are playing it. I think it's got some cool ideas. I didn't really play it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marvel Rivals ate its lunch. I know it's not. I'm just being shitty for no reason.
I would say we can cut Card Shop Sim as well.
Okay.
I think Card Shop Sim is an awesome idea. I think it's extremely addictive, and I think it's really cool. But God, are there some heavy hitters on this list?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess before you go into yours, should I make the argument for Atlas, or do you want to?
Please do. I'm aware of Atlas, but I have not played it myself.
Okay. So have either of you played Phantasy Star Online?
Yes.
Okay. So to me, no. Okay.
No, I've not played it. No.
We need to talk about that the video thing we were talking about like months ago.
Yeah, no, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Sorry, don't mean to distract. Anyway, Atlas to me, while it's not like 1-to-1 original PSO, it has like the vibe of it. But if like PSO was kind of made by like horny furries, like
I was about to say they got some knockers on.
They got more than knockers. They got more than knockers.
So I have a friend who's been following the development of Atlas.
Yeah.
This is the toned down version, if that's telling at all.
Yeah.
Like what you see on Steam is a heavily toned down version from the original vision. It's wild. I still want to play Atlas just because I have MMO brain rot. And Atlas isn't like an MMO.
No. But it's a multiplayer game again in the way that like PSO is.
Exactly. That sort of MMO predecessor, I feel.
Like it reminds me of playing like dungeon runners when I was a kid, or like you'd find like weird multiplayer games where like they were MMOs, but like they were more like I don't know terminology.
It's like
mingle
a PvE
player?
game.
I
that
really
you can
like
play
mingle
with,
player.
with friends.
Yeah, kind of. Well,
and I'm honestly
mingle player.
I'm honestly kind of a sucker for these like low player count multiplayer games.
Yeah, same.
I've been meaning to give Atlas a shot for a long time, and it just has regularly slipped my mind.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hearing
I would dig
good arguments for Atlas. Deidra, tell me about some of these 3 games. Which one of these are you more willing to let go?
God. I think I would first cut Path of Exile 2.
Okay.
Path of Exile 2 is a setup for something that is potentially awesome.
Okay.
And it's just a little bit too early right now for me to be really singing its praises.
And then for the sake of having a one-on-one showdown, tell me about Hades 2 or Sulaco.
I think personally, I would give the edge to Sulaco. And a lot of the reason for that is that Hades 2 is more Hades.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's good.
And Hades is great, but I totally get what you mean. It is more of Hades.
But Hades 2 is more of that. Sulaco is... You know the game Fear?
Yeah.
Don't tell me that. No, don't tell me that. No.
What if Fear was made in GZ Doom?
Oh.
And it's... I haven't gotten that far in Sulaco, but I really want to play more of it because it is extremely cool. That game plays too well to be in the Doom engine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sam, where are we landing on this?
I'm torn because it's a thing. I do fuck with Atlas. I think it's great. I'd say if I were to have any issues with it, I think it has an issue that a number of action games have. And this could get worked out over time. But like some of the more
this is the category
classes,
for potential is the thing. This is
yeah. I mean, it's early access, so of course.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in the sense of like it's I'm trying to think of like how to word this. I hope that they don't do that thing because it feels like it's already kind of there, but it's like I think Sekiro has ruined action games.
Okay, we can get into that another time, but we'll glance over that.
No. I'm not going to get into the whole thing. I'm just saying it has like a parry mechanic that I think could be better tuned.
Is it too parry heavy? Is that the problem?
I wouldn't say it's too parry heavy, but it relies on it in a way if you're playing a melee class.
I think that is having not played it, but like I've seen the kind of behavior you're talking about in other games.
Yeah. That's why like I wasn't gonna go into it, but I do love Atlas. I have a lot of hope and faith in it. I really think it can be great. I can't wait until it's like further along. Yeah, Sulaco sounds cool. I don't know. I haven't really looked at it.
Okay. Yeah, it's I think a bit awkward because now it's between like
it's basically between
I played versus this is the game I played.
I will say this:
Game of the Year's gonna be a mess. Oh,
I think genuinely, if I were to pick one myself, I like action games. I like shooters. I think I would end up playing Sulaco.
The furries will get you for this one. Okay, just
Sulaco is look. People play Sulaco's in early access, but it like has a complete campaign. Like, go play it. That game kicks ass.
Oh, okay. I didn't know the campaign was complete. That's cool. That's good.
I think they're adding like a chapter 2 or something, and that's why it's in early access.
So it's like
but like
it's like Ultra Kill, where it's like they release it in like parts basically, but kinda, like each part is full.
Yeah, and I haven't completed the campaign of what's there in Sulaco, but what I have played is it kicks ass. It's a cool ass game.
So that's what I'll say. Between the two, I think if I were to pick one to play, right now, I would pick up Sulaco. So I think by that metric, I'm going to give it to Sulaco.
Sleep with one eye open, buddy. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Sam,
I can do that.
Have you considered playing Sulaco? I think you'd really like it.
But there's no furry ass in it. What the fuck? What am I supposed to do?
Look at.
I have to play this game with 2 hands? What the fuck?
What the fuck? No, that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Sam, can you read off the nominees for the best log game, this being the best game we played for the Questlog Club Book Club?
The nominees for best log game are BioShock 2, Devil May Cry, Doom, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Valhalla, a cyberpunk bartender action game, and Zone of the Enders.
Okay, so right out the gate, we can cut BioShock 2, Doom, and Devil May Cry.
Yes.
Can we also can we also cut Zone of the Enders while we're at it?
Yeah.
Yes, I will say that because I'm the reason why I say
it's
Devil
Valhalla.
May Cry.
It's why are
It's
we
Valhalla.
even doing?
Really? Okay.
Why the
It's
fuck?
Valhalla.
Why are we even doing the jump
It's
around?
Valhalla.
It's Valhalla.
Okay, cool. It's Valhalla.
Easiest fucking category.
Okay. So, Deidra, if you can read in for us the last of the part 1 nominees before we move into the second episode and the second part, the actual game of the year. This is Best Old Game. It starts after Ace Combat 2. I have it in its own little thing if you want to read those down for us, Deidra. The nominees.
The nominees for Best Old Game: Fragile Dreams.
Actually, sorry, I need to stop you. So I will say, Sam, we were supposed to do 2 per person. I see you have 3 on here.
Did I put? Oh shit! Did I put 3?
so-
No, that's
so-
genuinely that's my bad.
So it's okay. I'll let you keep it. Just when it comes to Game of the Year, just remember that I let you keep this, and I'm like doing
Oh,
like a really
fuck
cool,
you!
generous
No,
thing.
no, you know what? No, I'm
doing
getting
like
rid of
a
one.
really- I'm doing-
Fucking eat shit! Don't you are not gonna hold it. Oh, but I gave you best old game, Sammy. Oh, that
Okay,
means you
okay.
have to let me advance.
Okay, then you can cut one. Then cut one. Cut one right now.
Well, I love Fragile Dreams, but when it's gotta go, it's gotta go.
Okay, thank you.
Those dreams really were fragile, huh?
Okay,
I love
so-
Fragile
so-
Dreams, but it's not fucking Xenogears or Xenosaga. I'm sorry.
What if the title was instead Xeno Fragile Dreams? Would you like it more?
Yeah, it would be perfect,
So,
the perfect video.
I will now. Okay, so let me update that real quick. Thank you, Deidra. Can you read off that old game for me? Thank you.
No fucking way.
I don't know what you're talking about. Deidra, can you go ahead and read that for me? Thank you.
The nominees for Best Old Games.
Actually, sorry. Let me format this correctly.
It's right there. It's right there.
I think I was gonna do what you're about to do anyway.
Okay,
as a
yeah.
joke.
Just go for it. Go for it. You're good. You're
Okay.
good.
The nominees for Best Old Games: In Stars in Time, Slice and Dice, Vampire Savior, Xenogears, Xenosaga Episode 1, and Brink.
So I just really want to this was like really hard for us to tune down. We have like 26 old games between the 3 of us, and I really think there's like a
Brink
nice
is-
there's
Brink is
like
better
a
than
nice
like 20 of them.
there's like the 6 Heavenly Kings, like a power gap, and then just like a bunch of shit. And so I think these specific 6 that really got to the top.
Yeah,
really
just
best
some of the
of the best.
greatest in gaming. I can't
Yeah.
see a problem here.
Yeah, no, just like historically, people talk about, when people look at games from each year, these games really solidify what that time in games was. What is Slice and Dice?
I really wanted to put Slice and Dice on Game of the Year because it released on Steam this year. But when I consulted you about it, you said no. So it's here.
Okay.
Slice and Dice was a game that released on itch.io and I believe phones in 3 years ago, in 2021.
Okay.
It's essentially like a dungeon, well, not really dungeon crawly. It's a roguelike where you have dice. That's really uncompelling.
It's okay. While you were talking, I cut Brink. Sam, tell me about one of these Xeno games.
I wasn't finished.
That's fine. I'm trying to get the spread. Just trying to see what's going on.
Wait, did we even get into a description? I don't even know what the game... Let Deidra finish.
I cut Brink.
Slice and Dice has some of the best combat puzzle design I have ever seen in a game. And it has so many like ways to get classes and items to synergize with each other that I don't know. It's just brilliant. It has some of my favorite class design in any game I've ever seen. I regularly played it when I was in class. It's stupidly addicting. Look, just play Slice and Dice. It's incredible.
Okay.
Okay, so Xenogears is one of the best games I've ever played in my life. So, it's...
But it's Xenosaga.
Xenosaga is as well.
Episode
that's
1.
the thing. So that's the thing that's hard about this, is that Xenosaga Episode 1... See, and some people legitimately will probably think that's a bit of like a contentious opinion, because like... I have seen so many people be like, Xenosaga Episode 1 is so fucking boring. Nothing fucking happens. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, but like so much happens. And it's so like interesting. And it's this big like, it's set up for like this big like space opera thing. And it's just going in on like all of its shit. And it's like earnest and interesting. And like the philosophical religious conversations it has are like really genuinely fucking interesting to like see play out. And like, but I want to talk about Xenogears specifically. So like Xenogears is a slow burn. It's a slow burn fucking game. It's a lot, and it takes like a minute to get going. But once it gets really fucking going, that shit, oh baby. 'Cause like the way it talks about running away from like yourself and like running away from like your problems, right? And like trying to understand like things that happen to you and trying to understand like what to do with yourself post your trauma and trying to carve a life outside of like the awful circumstances you grew within. And the way it talks about like all of that, and it uses all of that, where like even though the game is like famously unfinished and like they had to rush the second disc, it's so like beautifully done and like tastefully fucking handled. And the way it handles like mental health stuff, and like I don't want to spoil it, but like yeah, just the way it handles mental health stuff in general is really fantastic. And the only thing I don't like about Xenogears, the ground combat is really tedious. That's like the worst thing about it. But it's a thing where everything else is so good that I don't care. It's
okay.
Ooh.
Can I hear about In Stars in Time?
In Stars in Time is one of the most frustrating games I've ever played.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because I think it is one of the most touching things I've ever played. And I cannot share that with anybody.
Okay.
And I hate it.
Okay.
In Stars in Time is beautiful. It made me feel some really genuine emotions, and it's probably the hardest I've ever related to a video game protagonist.
Okay.
Yeah. Play In Stars in Time. It's beautiful.
Funnily enough, I got it as a gift from the Steam sale over Christmas.
Play in Stars in Time, so I have someone to talk to about it. God damn
it! I will do my best to play it by the end of this year. I promise.
It is impossible to talk about without spoiling some very critical things.
I feel that.
So.
Okay. Vampire Savior is the best Darkstalkers game. It is.
I believe you.
It is.
Is that Darkstalkers 3? Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Vampire Saviors is Darkstalkers 3. It is the best Darkstalkers game. It is the definitive Darkstalkers game. But I think this is where it goes.
When people talk about Darkstalkers, they're talking Vampire Savior.
Yes. Vampire Savior has BB Hood. It has QB. It has so many great characters and so many great things. But I think this is where Vampire Savior goes. Realistically, I didn't play that many old games this year. That's something, or last year, it's something I would like to change this year in 2025. So maybe next year I will fight for this category more strongly, but I will leave the floor for the two of you.
This year you're gonna enter my domain. It's all good. I understand.
I think we can cut Slice and Dice. I mostly want it here so that I have a look. Play Slice and Dice. I think mechanically, it is one of the smartest games I've ever played.
I'll have to check it out.
But okay. I mean, Sammy, I don't think you'll like it. You don't like roguelikes, right?
Well, okay. So
I
won't get into it. It depends. That's all I'll say.
If nothing else, it has a free demo. Play the free demo. Slice and Dice is brilliant.
I'll try the demo out.
I will try the demo. Yes.
In Stars in Time is probably my favorite gaming experience of the year.
Okay.
That's fair. I'm very torn on what I want to cut here
because you are fighting with yourself.
This is legitimately this part is a fight with myself because I love Xenogears. Xenogears genuinely it's a thing where I kind of wish I could just have them be the same pick.
Xeno, yeah.
Just Xeno because legitimately I haven't played episode 2 yet because my brain is fucked up and it's going you need to replay it and blah 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 for this video. But Xenosaga episode 1 and Xenogears genuinely have basically the way you feel about In Stars in Time, I feel about both of these games.
Totally. Yeah.
So I was surprised with Xenosaga episode 1 because Xenosaga episode 1 it is a setup game. It's a setup game to this new big universe. It's not an open and shut story. It is the beginning of a saga, right? Mm-hmm. So with that, inherently, it is an unfinished story. But even within that, it's really interesting and really fucking good. There's a character. Sorry,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. Mine's going to be a question, but go ahead.
In Xenosaga episode 1, there's a character that I absolutely adore. He's a side character. One of my favorite things about him. So he's an antagonist, but he's like one of those characters that's oh, I betrayed the party. You don't fully understand what my deal is, and then you learn what his deal is, and he's been through a shitload of abuse and a shitload of people just mistreating him and using him, et cetera, and it leads to a lot of really bad situations, including the ones that you get into as a party, and that ends up kind of coming to this head where he has to face himself as a person, and that's really interesting. And there's characters because Xenogears is great, but I do think there's a point in Xenogears where half of the cast kind of doesn't matter, and it's and that doesn't really happen in Xenosaga. Everybody is equally important. Some characters might just get less because it's not their time yet. And I love that about Xenosaga. It's a slow game and it's a slow burn, but it uses that slow burn to build what it's doing and to connect you with the cast, with the world, to get you to understand like the political environment, to get you to understand like what's going on with just everybody who's involved in the main story. And it really cements every location as like a real place. And like Xenogears also does that, but I don't think it does it necessarily as well and as effectively as Xenosaga does, right? Cut Xenogears.
Okay.
Cut Xenogears. I love Xenogears. Don't get me wrong.
Out of here.
Xenogears is a deeply meaningful experience to me, but I like Xenosaga Episode 1 to me feels like what I wanted more out of it, even if I still adored it, right? Because Xenosaga Episode 1 is... It's so... I love it when people go for ambitious projects, and both of these games are ambitious, but the ways in which Xenosaga is ambitious and really going for just all its dreams, and you can really feel it, it's really cool. And I think it also, and then on a gameplay front too, I think it also just genuinely improves on shit that I didn't like in Xenogears.
Okay. Here's what I will ask, and this is kind of my deciding question.
Okay.
How likely are Deidra and I going to feel what you felt about Xenosaga versus you or me feeling what Deidra felt about in Stars and Time?
I think you, Robin, would struggle within Stars and Time. And the reason I say that is I remember you having problems with some of the writing in Valhalla.
Okay.
A common criticism I've seen leveled at In Stars and Time is that some of the writing is very Tumblr core.
But depending on how that's done, I have a soft spot for that. Like I spend a lot of time on Tumblr. I had a long distance girlfriend I met through Tumblr. I have my fucking merit badges. Like this is a place I spent time. Like
merit badges is crazy.
I think for the context of that game, it fits beautifully.
Okay.
For some very specific reasons that I don't want to say.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
That excites me. For Xenosaga, okay. I know you.
Because Xenosaga is divisive. I know you love it.
Yes, it is.
But Xenosaga is divisive.
And we, if I've learned anything, especially through this show, our opinions on games, it's obvious. And I mean, it's always been obvious. But we look for different shit in games. Mm-hmm. I'd say sometimes our tastes align pretty well. Which is why Xenosaga is a harder sell than Xenogears, but Xenosaga resonated with me more. So I'm willing to fight more for it, right? It's a thing where Xenosaga Episode 1 is more divisive, but I genuinely think that if you give it a chance and you sit with what it's doing, if you let it just kind of wash over you, I really think it can be a very impactful experience. It's also, if you dig 90s to early 2000s, like sci-fi anime type vibes,
which I do,
then you might fuck with it. It's basically like a fucking 40-hour one of those, 50-hour one of those. And and it's like the start of like a longer thing. So it's a thing where because to me with Xenosaga, I think you'll know pretty quick if you fuck with it or not. For me, I knew pretty early. It's just such a cool, fascinating, well-written, beautiful thing. And I don't know. It's hard. I guess it's harder to sell than Xenogears because Xenogears, even in the state that it's in, is pretty complete. But Xenosaga is just such I think it's worth it, and I think it's worth trying for yourself. That's what I think.
Okay. I will say, as it stands right now, I am leaning towards In Stars and Time.
I understand.
Are we good within Stars and Time?
I don't know that I'd like Xenosaga. I'm gonna be real.
I don't think you'd fuck with it. I think you would fuck with Xenogears more.
I know. Isn't the pro tag of Xenogears like a punchy dude?
So yes, but they do something with that.
Okay.
Well, no, that's a good thing. That's a good thing for Deidra. That is a good thing.
Oh, that's a good thing?
I do like punching.
Do you not like science women?
That's okay.
Because the main character of Xenosaga is a cool, fun, funny, super interesting science woman.
I mean, okay, part of the problem is you did the sell of, like, 90s to 2000s sci-fi anime as the vibe. And I'm like, I don't know that that's my thing.
That's completely understandable. I think it can still cut above that. But
I might like it for all I know, but
yeah. I would say genuinely, because these things are free. Yeah. I would say if you're gonna try it, if maybe you're thinking about it and you're like, oh, I don't know, I'd say give like the first few hours a try, and if you're just not feeling it, then fair.
Okay. I might take a look at it one of these days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah. If you like punchy dudes, you might love Xenogears. Genuinely, I don't know.
Okay.
Then if it's okay, I'm gonna cut Xenosaga episode 1.
I understand.
Okay.
Congratulations
to
it's such a
Best
good game.
Old Game in Stars in Time. So that is it for part 1. This is all our not Game of the Year categories. So really quickly, let's just run down all of our winners. Web fishing 3 fucking times.
Yeah! Web fishing sweep!
For best fishing, best furry game, and best cat. For best soundtrack, we have Felvedek. For best new character, we have Liliana. For best early access, we have Sulaco. For best log game, we have Valhalla, a cyberpunk bartending action game. And then for best old game, we have In Stars and Time. Those are all of our not Game of the Year winners. And Game of the Year will be in the next episode. We're going to be releasing it separately just because this is going to take a while. I'm not going to say how many games we're going to be talking about right now, but it's a lot of them.
This is already long.
It is a lot of them.
This is a Herculean effort.
What have we done?
Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed part 1, and hopefully you will listen in next week to part 2, where we, again, quite possibly, irreparably damage our friendship over deciding Game of the Year 2024.
I'm gonna fucking win, okay? Don't even question it. That web fishing sweep, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen again.
My name's Robin.
My name's Sammy.
And I've been Deidra.
And this has been Game of the Year, Part 1.